Hello, I'm Philip Stoten for EMSNow. I'm here at SMTAI in Texas, and I'm joined by Paul Lancaster from BTU. Paul, thanks for stopping by to chat. You've got a new product on the booth, which we've seen in a couple of other locations, but perhaps the first major event for it here. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, here we have the Dynamo platform. It's our latest platform in our convection reflow line. We first introduced it in China last year. We did America's launch in Apex of this year, and then this is our first time we're displaying it at a show here in the booth down at the SMTAI. So.
Okay. And that product is a kind of out-of-the-box solution, focused perhaps on some of the...
Right. In the past, our PureMax is sort of our premium product. We recognized that there was another market out there that we weren't serving, basically more of a market where they didn't really need all the technology. They were just looking for a reflow oven that, that was reliable, repeatable, offered the performance, but at a lower cost point. And that's what the Dynamo does.
Okay, and do you feel it's suitable particularly for this region or any particular part of the US?
It's suitable, we think, globally.
Right.
We're looking at it from a perspective where people who maybe don't have the capital assets initially to get into a new BTU, they tend to look at the used markets or other equipment that's at a very low price point. This gives them the opportunity, instead of going to that used market or some of these other vendors, but still get a BTU. And with new equipment comes with the service, the support, the warranty, and it eliminates a lot of the hassle when dealing with some of these other vendors as well as some of the used equipment market.
Okay. So once they get into the habit of buying BTU, you hope they'll stick there. I've been at a few EMS companies lately, and one of the things that has come up which kind of surprised me is changeover speed as related to ovens. Is that something that is a big challenge for you guys?
Well, I think it's a challenge for most reflow. When you're going from let's say a lead-free to a eutectic profile, you're going down in temperature. With furnaces, it's a compromise, because if you over-insulate, then you don't really get very good zone-to-zone definition.
Right.
So you need to have some level of heat loss. Too much heat loss, well then it's not efficient. So at BTU we look at ways to innovate and solve that problem. We've developed some methods for customers to, when they switch over from a higher to a lower temp, we have some built-in profiles which will accelerate that process. It's done basically in the system software.
Okay, and is it possible to say what a typical changeover is, or is it completely dependent on the
It's definitely dependent on the profiles, but we try to get it under 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, it was interesting. I was actually in a facility in Poland, a $1 billion factory, 17 lines. When we were talking about changeover, and it was the ovens that were the critical part of the changeover. And I look at all the marketing and all the promotion the pick and place guys and the screen print guys do to bring it down from 8 minutes to 6 minutes, and for them it was making no difference because they had to get the oven times. Yeah,
the oven is definitely the bottleneck on the line when it comes to changeover, and it's challenging. Sometimes people say, well, you just open the oven up, but you don't want to do that, especially if you're running nitrogen. That's not an appropriate way to do it. We are looking at other ways to try to reduce that. I don't think we'll ever be at the level we have the same changeover as, let's say, a placement system or a screen printer. I mean, those are inherently just mechanical changes.
Rather than
here we're dealing with like
change.
a thermal change, which is a little bit more dynamic. So it does take time.
And they still want it in a smaller footprint as possible, and they still want it as economically as possible, so there's only a certain amount you can do. And here in the US, how's the market shaping up? We're seeing some examples, particularly here in Texas with the Moto X's, of some reshoring happening. Are you seeing that coming through in capital equipment? Yeah,
I mean, this year we've seen a definite uptick in activity at all levels. I wouldn't say it was a lot of reshoring. I think there is a tendency to do that, but I think in general, I think in the economy there's just a lot of uncertainty, and now businesses are just accepting that as the norm. And now they're starting to execute on these business plans that they've had shelved for the last several months, and now we're seeing that they are going forward with capital purchases. And BTU, we've been pretty busy, and it's definitely an improvement over last year.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Paul, thanks for stopping by to chat. Pleasure to see you. Good luck with the new product.
I appreciate it.
Again.
Thank you.